Hey, it's Uber and Runt again. We're here discussing absolutely nothing. Once again, more practice trying to stare at the well, not stare, but keep our eyes relatively focused on the camera, not be staring down at our screen. Keep the listener interested to some degree in what we're saying. I know we're failing already, but bear with us. We're getting there. So we have no subject. I hit record and with no preparation here. So let's talk about. Let's talk about what minor subject came up in between. Let's talk about the games siblings might play together, just because. Now, if you're a single child, I apologize. You had the worst childhood anyone possibly could, I'm sure. No.
I'm sorry.
I'm kidding, yes. No. For those of you out there who have siblings, how many of you ever played the just random as hell games? Like, we had bunk beds as kid. I mean, yeah. She was really little, I was older.
Of course, I'd share with.
Yeah, it was so tragic. She suffered greatly.
Yeah, it was hard.
Yes, but because of the bunk beds, we couldn't see each other. Obviously, but one of our favorite things to do was we actually took out a pile of Beanie Babies. Now, for those of you who are younger, Beanie Babies were collectible animal-shaped bean-filled toys that people would just. They were worth millions if you had the rare type, the one that had this specific kind of hair. There were
the Velociraptor was really cool.
There were like 3 different kinds of unicorns because there was yarn hair, regular hair, button eyes, and like rainbow colored or something. It's insane, but we had quite a few of them because some of them were actually relatively decent. The octopus was cool.
Yeah.
The octopus was good.
The squid.
They were well made, in other words. But no, what we would do would we would actually spread these out over one of our beds. And the other person down below would just yell out, not even cardinal directions, just forward, backward, left, and right. And then at some random point, they'd just say drop, and it became a crane-type game. So the other person would be there with their hand on top and just nee. And when they said drop, they went down, picked it up, and if they managed to grab it, drop it over the side. And it was, like, so pointless.
But it was
so fun. I mean, nowadays, if we try to do that, it's like, okay, it's something to pass the time. But then it was like, oh my god, this is the greatest game idea we've ever come up with. I mean, I was like 12, that's still somewhat old,
like
something like that.
6
She was, not even that. I mean,
yeah.
So, these are the kinds of games. If you have kids, first of all, why are you watching us? We're a little young for you. But if you have kids, try to, get this kind of imagination and, self-reliance going. Because if you can come up with stuff like that on your own, your kids are going to be set. They can entertain themselves. They're going to be good in the world. Because if you can't entertain yourself and you're relying on other people around you to actually have any sort of fun or entertainment or interest in the world, you're going to be stuck. Because there are plenty of times when you do actually have to be alone. Don't you agree? I mean...
Definitely.
Okay, because if you can't entertain yourself, anything will just be boring as crap. I mean, just... some self-censoring here. Stuff like standing in DMV lines, which I have had to do now that I've actually worked towards getting my driver's license. Yeah, I need to actually work on that. If you have no way to be interested, I mean, people watching, counting things, doesn't really matter what. If you don't have anything like that, if you don't even have the sort of imagination to think, I should entertain myself, it's hell on earth. It's still hell on earth either way. But it's even more hell on earth if you are like that. So, this kind of behavior in your kids is something you definitely want to foster and nurture as much as you can. Obviously, I'm a teenager. She's... You a teenager yet? How old are you?
I'm a tween, okay.
She's a tween.
Yes.
We have no direct, this is how you need to raise your kids, because we have no experience, but from our own...
I do?
Oh my god. No. From our own personal experiences, it's what's helped us get through life. We've been through a few hard things. I mean, our parents divorced, and it's just some sad details.
Why did you have to bring
it? Doesn't make a difference. I'm not going to go into any sort of sordid details, but when your kids go through hardship, or if you go through hardship, you need to be able to, defend yourself, whether physically or psychologically. So things like that are just awesome.
Because when, our parents divorced, the only person I had, or the only people I had, was you and my other siblings. So
yeah, there are other siblings, but they're much too camera shy.
Yeah, pretty much.
Run tears. So Gotta be drama.
Yes.
Though she doesn't want to be in drama.
No.
Why is that?
It's stupid.
It's stupid?
It's
Well, now you're gonna have all the drama kids
No.
beating you up.
Ugh, I don't care.
Well, okay, they're gonna pretend to beat you up. They're gonna dance and twirl around you and like
Yeah,
over punches
and
and,
then
not
I'll just,
actually
like,
hit
go.
you. And then you'll go, oh, and collapse, and they'll all run away like they beat you up, and you'll just get up and walk away and be fine. So, yeah, drama kids, you're awesome.
Hey, one of my friends is in drama club, so.
Friend.
Uh,
Yeah, so.
yeah.
We've deviated from our original topic. That was actually kind of a goal I was going for, just to see if we can keep a conversation going for any period of time. Let me check the clock here.
It's
We
almost
go
6 minutes.
almost 6 minutes,
so-
5:45. So we actually did a pretty good job here.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably not very entertaining for you guys, but it's
May
pretty
or may
entertaining
not.
for
I
us.
mean, no, interesting topic we talked about for about 5 seconds. I mean, there's some, get some thoughts going in your head. If you don't have kids, maybe you could think about that for the future. If you do have kids, it might help you. If you don't want kids, then you probably wouldn't watch this anyway because we're kids and we just annoy the crap out of you. So, yeah.
Pretty much.
I'm just going to stroke my awesome lack of beard hair.
You bring that up every
I
video.
do. I'm so.
You're so
I'm not even proud.
proud.
I'm just like obsessed with my almost facial hair. That's like it's
Why?
it's annoyingly not there. I don't know why. It's just it's kind of there. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's.
Can't wait till I get facial hair.
Yeah. I should teach you how to shave.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you might want to let your sisters do that. Yeah. That got awkward fast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so like we said in our other video, if you've watched it, you already know this, but try to leave some comments here. We'd like some feedback, a little bit of how well are we doing, what should we do to improve on it, besides not staring at the actual screen.
Oh, I was just doing that.
You were, yeah, no, it's like, oh, let's watch it and see how we're doing.
Oh, yeah.
But the thing is, how we're doing is we're looking down. What the heck is with that? So, I mean, yeah. Maybe if we should articulate more, maybe we need a little more editing in there because, we just kind of ramble. There's mistakes that we make that, fine, leave them in. We'll let people laugh at them. So, yeah. If there's a single first post on there, I'm going to get mad. And if there's a person going, first, just to make me laugh, it doesn't make me laugh. So please don't do that either.
It makes
You know,
me
that-
throw up, if anything.
Exactly, yeah. You might make her bulimic, so don't do that.
Yeah.
Because, there are people on forums who will just scream first because, wow, they're the first replier.
It's
But even
so
even
exciting.
worse than that are the people who scream first just to go, ha ha, yes, you thought I was one of those people. You are one of those people. You just scream first. It doesn't make a difference whether or not you meant it.
Ryan, you're kind of going
Yeah,
off.
no. It's not an achievement, people. You don't get gamer score for being
It's
the first
okay.
replier.
It's okay.
So you might want to stop doing that. I'm not usually one of the people who rants. I'm not the person who posts second and does nothing but yell at the person who yelled first. They're almost as bad, but I won't get into it. So just, I would appreciate it if we left those kinds of things off of the message boards a little, or not message boards, the comments. I don't know, who knows? I think we have a forum set up, so maybe someday there'll be message boards for this video. Probably
Yeah,
not,
prob-
but maybe.
I don't
Just
know.
maybe.
You're like
Is that little
probably
chance?
message boards like this is retarded or something.
Yeah, it'd be,
Probably.
dude, what the hell? You sat here for like 5 minutes. No.
8.
Almost 10 minutes talking about why we shouldn't post first and why we should teach our kids to play the crane game with their hands.
Yeah.
So, we had other games too. We weren't like so focused on the crane game. There were other things. We were interesting kids. I taught her how to read. I taught
Yes.
myself how to read. That was awesome.
You taught me how to count to 100.
I taught her how to count to 100. Yeah. And I taught her how to do 1 + 1 until she wanted to punch me just if I said, hey,
Yes.
Rach, what's 1 + 1?
Oh
Pah!
Gosh.
Yeah.
He would ask
Nightly.
me every second.
But you know how to add now, don't you? And you know how to accumulate. But that's a totally different thing. I almost grabbed my Coke again. I'm going to try to stop
Yes.
doing that. It's a bad habit just because it's like, product placement. Product placement. So, yeah.
Oh,
Well, we did actually manage to drag this to almost 10 minutes with no setup whatsoever. I mean,
Yeah.
it's like we were talking at random like, oh, what the hell can we talk about? Fine.
Yeah, and you just
Hit
press the
record.
button,
There
I'm
was
like,
no
whoa.
pre-planning here. So, it bodes well for any sort of show we might do. I'm going to try not to do another, oh my god, at the last second like I did last time. So,
Ugh, that
here's the
phone.
end. That's our annoying phone, and we are out.